Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, David here, and welcome back to another video. SEGA teased 4 mystery games ahead of Tokyo Game Show 2025, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago. They went on their site, they showed what they had in store for us, which was Sonic Racing Crossworlds, Persona 5 The Phantom X, Virtua Fighter 5, Persona 3 Reload, Switch 2. That was their lineup for Tokyo Game Show with 4 empty slots mystery titles, which is creating hype. If you want to generate hype, if you want people to talk about your games, if you want people to speculate on what you're doing, if you're a company like SEGA, you're gonna have dumbasses like me predicting Skies of Arcadia if you do that. Dumbasses with actual expectations. Nah, but for real, we had expectations, and in my video where I talked about I'm trying to be #1 news for Atlus information on YouTube, I also like to cover SEGA stuff here on the channel, so if you're into that, you can consider subscribing. I'd appreciate that. But in that video, what I said is, yo, it's the 2nd year in a row that they're doing this, and last year we had some cool reveals like Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii, I think, was revealed ahead of Tokyo Game Show. We had a few games that were announced as part of their 3 mystery games that they had teased for last year, but some of those games were like Football Manager and stuff, so there was a lot of crap. So in that video, I was like, hey, you guys, I'm about to go hard with my predictions, but just keep in mind that last year, it was very mid. It wasn't ass, but it was mid. Now, what they're doing this year, I think might be worse. Okay, so we'll get into that. I am indeed a little bit worried about modern SEGA right now. They are doing well. If you look at Atlus and their side of things, they are doing extremely well. They are being very successful with stuff like Metaphor ReFantazio, Persona 3 Reload, all breaking sales records, SMT5 Vengeance, same thing. So when you look at Atlus, very healthy, and they're doing good. When you look at SEGA, I think they have one big issue specifically, and it's that their portfolio of games isn't diversified enough in modern days, in my opinion. And that could easily be solved because SEGA owns some of the biggest IPs in the world, and they're dormant. So they could do stuff with the Jet Sets, the Crazy Taxis, the Skies of Arcadia. They could do stuff with these IPs that they aren't doing. Again, in modern days, things could change. So let's just wrap up the Tokyo Game Show conversation, and you guys are going to understand my point. So the 4 mystery games ended up being the one game that I predicted in my video, Yakuza Kiwami 3 Plus Dark Ties, which was unveiled during the RGG Summit last night, or was it? Yeah, 2 nights ago, as of the time of you watching this video, or this video go in public. Yakuza Kiwami 3, y'all. Looks fire, looks amazing. The whole reveal, I'm in. I know they changed some of the beloved characters and stuff. I'm fine with that. They're gonna grow on me. The game looks amazing. To have a whole ass episode on Mine as a character, I think was a good choice here with Dark Ties. It is a big incentive for us who played Yakuza 3 more than once in the past to go back and replay it. So that is freaking awesome. February release date, coming out on all modern platforms. That is a huge win in my book. I'm there day one, SEGA. Good job. Now brace yourselves, because that was the first mystery game that I predicted that ended up being correct. The second one is a port of Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, which is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive at the moment. A re-release of Yakuza 0 with additional cutscenes. That's Yakuza 0 Director's Cut for y'all. There's a multiplayer mode as well. There's stuff like minor stuff, you know. They are bringing that to PlayStation and Xbox and PC. So that is the second mystery game announcement. The third one is Yakuza Kiwami, an enhanced version. And the 4th mystery game is Yakuza Kiwami 2. Games that are all already playable on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. And those games are also playable on Xbox. Well, those are your mystery games. They are once again re-releasing these games on PlayStation 4, 5, and Xbox platforms with like better performance and stuff. Next gen, did I say last gen? They are doing that for Xbox Series and PlayStation 5 and PC. Those games were previously confirmed for Switch and Switch 2, so that is an announcement for like other platforms. I am a huge RGG Studio fan. I am a huge Yakuza fan. Yakuza 0 being like a 10 out of 10 game and one of my favorite games of all time. And it's hard for me to be excited for these reveals. I do not see the point of Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 re-releases on PS5 and PS4. What they're doing with these re-releases should have been an update, and that's it. Yakuza Director's Cut, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, they're doing some cool stuff. So that's fine. That's cool that it's coming out on other platforms. There's no upgrade path, though, for people who already have Yakuza 0 on PlayStation. So that is very much a bummer. But overall, to tease 4 games like this, and for all 4 to be Yakuza games, 1 new game, if you count Kiwami 3 as a new game, but the other 3 are ports, it's rough. It is indeed very disappointing. I can only imagine how you feel if you don't care about Yakuza and Like a Dragon. Very, very big bummer. But yeah, again, I just want to stress that out. Yakuza 3 plus Dark Ties, Kiwami 3 plus Dark Ties, that is an amazing reveal that I'm stoked for. It is one of my most excited games at the moment. But the rest, I don't think deserve the spot on that list. They should have been an update and not even a re-release, in my opinion. But hey, that's fine. So those games that they teased, all 4 Yakuza games. Nothing special. Now, the reason why I'm worried is I think Sega are doing too much with the same IPs. They are doing, again, I want to stress that out. I am a huge Yakuza Like a Dragon fan. I think they're doing too much. I don't think we need that many releases. That's like 1 or 2 per year. That's too much. I know these games are successful. We don't need that much. And if you burn people out, that's not better. I have yet to play Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I bought it because I am a huge RGG Studio fan. Again, Yakuza is top 5 franchises of all time to me. So I am the clientele that they're selling this game to. At least the main clientele I'm in with these games. I have figures for Yakuza and stuff. So I bought that. I have yet to play it. I don't have time for it. And I was at the end of last year, I was like, okay, well, there's a lot of games, in the Yakuza, we just got Infinite Wealth. They're doing all the remakes as well. Spin-offs in there as well. We got Kiwami, Ishin. We have a lot of games that are coming out in that franchise. Sonic the Hedgehog, same thing. Sonic Mania, Sonic Crossworlds, Racing, Sonic. What was the game, the 2D game from last year? Sonic, I don't even remember. There's the Shadows Generations thing. They have basically 90% of what they do nowadays is Sonic and Yakuza, and I think that is a problem, and at some point that's going to kick them in the nuts. So I really hope that they diversify their portfolio. I want to put focus on Shinobi. Shinobi is part of Sega's initiative to revive older IPs, and Shinobi just came out a month ago. Huge success. Financially and critically, it seems to be selling really well, and critics are loving it. The game's doing great. It's not in a genre that I appreciate, with like 2D platformers, Metroidvanias. Those are not for me. That's why I skipped it. But that was the first IP in the Sega IP Revival Initiative that they announced years ago at this point to be brought back, and it's successful. So this gives me hope. That's why I'm worried. I am indeed worried, but I'm also a little bit hopeful that they're going to change things around. That being said, that initiative was revealed years ago. We need to see more. We need to see Jet Set Radio. What are you guys doing with this game? We need to see Crazy Taxi. We need to see Golden Axe, Altered Beast. Those games, they were announced to be coming back, and we don't know what's coming. There were rumors of something happening in-house at Sega with Sakura Wars, Sakura Tyson. Is that part of that initiative as well? A Man Can Dream. I want to see Skies of Arcadia as well. Those are all games that would help with your portfolio. I think Sega needs to show these games. They need to make sure that these games are ready. They need to put resources on these games to be brought back. If you need to, people are not going to like this, but at the end of the day, it's just my opinion. If you need to get staff off Sonic Team and RGG Studio to work on other IPs, that might be a good idea. Maybe we don't need the 2 Yakuza and Sonic games per year. Maybe one would be enough. Persona is doing that with 1 game a year, and it's been doing good that way. Too much is like not enough at some point, So I hope I'm not too crazy with what I'm saying here today. To me, it makes a lot of sense. That's where I'm at right now. I, again, am very excited for Yakuza Kiwami 3. If you're excited for Zero Director's Cut, Kiwami 1 and 2 on your PlayStation 5, that's awesome. Again, I'm not going against you. Those are cool. And I'm excited to replay these games. I'm going to replay them on Switch because I want to play these games portably. That way, they're at least a little bit new in terms of an experience for me. But Kiwami 3, I'm in. It looks freaking awesome. Even Sonic Crossworlds, shoutouts to Sega. I got a review copy for that game, and it looks very cool, and it's fun. It runs like garbage juice on Switch. So we played it for a whole night, the girlfriend and I, and we had fun, but it's rough. It really is rough on Switch. I'm playing it on Switch too, but we only have the Switch version, so I'm waiting for the upgrade path to get the Switch, to get more time in this game. But shouts to Sega, review code was given, and I really appreciate that. The game is really cool so far, and I can't wait to play more once we finally get a Switch 2 version with better performance. So hey, that's enough rambling for me. The moral of the story is, Sega, do more with your other IPs, please. That's what I want to see. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.